No, it's working. It's amazing.
I gotta get ready for this subathon going on. You going to ban 8K? I guess so. I have to. Unfortunately, I'm busy, dude. I played another rat. Dude, I'll just do it in between matches, man. Oh, there's already people up in here. Oh, it's my people. You guys joined up fast. Oh my goodness. Why are there so many people with the name Booga? Alright, you guys could join my lobby or just put in the code. Or just put on the code. I could streaming. I'm down for that. Subathon will just be, it'll be like a normal stream tomorrow, and then I'll get off. But then like Tuesday, because like I don't want to do a subathon where I'm like streaming overnight. You know what I mean?
Let's check if it's thinking it's sorted.
I don't want to do a subathon where I'm.
Oh, that's amazing.
I gotta get ready for this subathon going on. You
Let's check what this is.
You going to ban 8K? I guess so. I have to. Unfortunately, I'm busy, dude. I played another rat. Dude, I'll just do it in between matches, man. Oh, there's already people up in here. Oh, it's my people. You guys joined up fast. Oh my goodness. Why are there so many people with the name Boo?
Cool. I can kind of see what I'm doing.
Booga. Alright, you guys could join my lobby or just put in the code. Or just put on the code. I could streaming. I'm down for that. Subathon will just be, it'll be like a normal stream tomorrow, and then I'll get off. But then like Tuesday, because like I don't want to do a subathon where I'm like streaming overnight. You know what I mean?
Let's check if it's thinking it's sorted. Done. Cool.
I don't want to do a subathon where I'm.
Yo. So let's get this moving. guess people can actually see what I'm doing. I don't see that yet. Oh, that's amazing. Can you actually see what I'm doing? Yo, I don't know what's going on. So I'll get the stream up and running. Oh, okay. Yo, I don't know what's going on. So I'll get the stream up and running. Oh, okay. Yo, I don't know what's going on. So I don't know what's going on with Twitch. Oh, okay. Twitch's thing is messed up. I don't know what's going on. So I don't know what's going on with Twitch. Oh, okay. Twitch's thing is messed up. I don't know what's going on. So I don't know what's going on with YouTube. Oh, okay. Twitch's thing is messed up. I don't know what's going on. So I don't know what's going on with YouTube. Oh, okay. Twitch's thing is messed up. I don't know what's going on. Um, let's see what we can do here. Transfer to Twitch. Oh, maybe I click here. That might work. And is it working? Nope. YouTube seems to be working. Hmm. It's not far behind. Twitch's one is far behind for some reason. It's disconnected and started again. Oh, that's much better. Oh, is it working? It's amazing. Okay. Trying it again. Ah, perfect. What's so buggy in here? Cool. I'm gonna leave Twitch. Something wrong with Twitch. So I don't know what's going on. Ah, perfect. It's like a minute behind. So let's start watching some YouTube videos talking about them. Change to my other channel. See what pops up on my feed. Hey, I pop up on my feed first. It's amazing. Mm, put some glasses on. Some of these videos require some vision. It's so dirty. Let's see what's trending today. Let's confuse the Africans. Let's open up that. And that's short. And then the next video we can watch is let's watch this. I feel like laughing sometimes. And let's watch this. Let's watch this. Cool. Let's start here. Boom. Okay, so I don't do anything. I don't get it. What I want. I don't like how I don't understand what just happened. Oh, no, I get it. No, well, unfortunately, I can swim, so I also do get that as well. Haha! Haha! Okay. I don't get it. Boring.
And it was raided. This is a scam call center in India. And it was raided.
सिलीगुड़ी मेट्रोपॉलिटन पुलिस की स्पेशल ऑपरेशन ग्रुप, साइबर क्राइम और माटीगढ़ा थाना की पुलिस ने संयुक्त अभियान चलाकर वेबल आईटी पार्क के फेज 3 के बाद फेज 2 में चल रहे फर्जी कॉल सेंटर का खुलासा किया है।
That was on August 10th, 2023. Fast forward a year later, and we believe they're still scamming. On the left, 2023 Colytic Solutions. This is Siliguri Times. On the right, this is our insider footage. Same room, same building. And when you go through those doors, this is what you see.
Okay, let me help you out because it seems like that your IP address has been compromised, so it seems like that the application is going to be the safest one.
We wanted evidence and we needed proof, so we sent in an insider, and it's pretty crazy when you piece everything together. It makes you wonder, are they being protected by the government? Is this thing being recorded on the audio thing?
Huh? Yeah. I can see it from here.
All right, so just high level, we're doing the Weeble IT Park. I'm going to break down, we have a lot of information that I want to go over. And this is actually the phase 2 building that's in Siliguri, West Bengal, India. So there are a lot of Weeble ITs, but this is the phase 2 building. And this building specifically is a government building. And there's people that are scamming inside of it. So that's the first point I want to make. This has already been covered before, everybody. In the past, Carl Rock did a video 4 years ago.
Now this company here, Teleforce, this is one of the companies that we know people working in, or people who have worked in there, and they were running the IRS, the tax scam.
And also the Siliguri Times did a report in 2023 and did a video on YouTube where there was a call center raid. The Siliguri police went in, raided the 3rd floor of this building, and brought out people that were scamming under the name of Colytic Solutions. We know that.
Just hold on, I have to just sort out the dog. I'm busy. Let me just see if this dog's still there. Is Mr. J inside? Nothing? That's what I'm thinking of. Why are you letting him do those things, whatever he's doing?
That this is a hub for scams. We know that there are scammers inside of this government building, and we want to find more. So my team and I, we actually went to Google and started searching for the Weeble IT Phase 2 building to see what else we would find. And the locals ain't happy. Scam call center hub, scam call center reported, or even 2 weeks ago, lots of scam call centers operate here. For whatever reason, this government building has been allowed to host these scammers, and we don't know why. So we wanted to investigate a little bit further, took one of our operatives and went to Facebook. Our insider found out that there was a guy recruiting him to go into West Bengal, India, in a specific area, to be a part of this new group that was opening up in a call center. And they're starting with about a small team of 7 to 8 people, but they have the capacity to grow to over 100 people. And that screams to me that 1, this is a really big building, and then 2, this is quite a big operation. They're able to pay for relocation, full accommodation, transportation provided, and even they're asking about the different payments that this person would be comfortable with, including gold, which what legitimate operation is going to pay the salary in gold? I mean, come on now. So our guy's going to take the job and is going to go into this call center. We don't know exactly if it's this building or not, but we're going to find out.
What I like about this guy is, I think his name is Pierogi. Besides his voices and everything he does, he's got this cool like mission board. Looks like GTA 5. So let's go and do our heist, my guy.
Now that I've reviewed some of the information on these scammers in the Weeble IT Park building, I want to talk about one of the things about these scammers that I deal with every single day, and that's when they have access to their victim's phone or computer, they can see all of their information. With that personal information that these scammers have access to, they can really do anything with it, including sell it to anybody that wants to buy it. That is why whenever people ask me what they should do to protect their personal information, I tell them to use Aura, today's sponsor of the video. This year has been the year of the data breach. Dell is the latest company in line, having suffered a breach of over 49 million customer records, including a lot of sensitive personal information. But probably most alarming of all is national public data. This incident compromised over 2.9 billion records that are used for background checks, things like full name, address, phone number, date of birth, even your social. Aura monitors all your personal data and will notify you whenever they find any activity that points to identity theft. They also provide up to $5 million in identity theft insurance in case the worst case scenario happens. Head on over to aura.com/scammerpayback, try it out for 2 weeks, and I bet by the end of the trial, they'll probably have found if your information has been exposed on the dark web or not. Now let's get back into the investigation. So I just wanted to ask you a couple of things. I was kind of curious because this is the one that's in like that phase 2 Weeble IT Park, the one in Siliguri. Were there other scammers like in there?
No, the whole thing, the whole is basically phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, okay?
Yeah.
These are all towers. The whole phase is of towers.
Gotcha.
If you can see in the video, there's a guy walking in, I'm walking with him. It's a whole building. The whole building is running scam. There is no genuine working there. And they are all protected by the government, because it's a government building.
What floor did you have to go to? Second floor?
Third floor.
Third floor? Okay. I was actually trying to like look on their website because they have like a lot of, I guess, office space for rent, and this looked like it was like, you know, this looked like it was kind of tucked away. To me, it seemed like this was.
And one thing I'd like to emphasize is I believe that a lot of these call centers are operating legally as call centers, and then there's a section within that operates illegally. So there might be legitimate people, let's say booking flights for Indian Airlines. Let's say there's about 80 people on the floor, and then there's a section on the call center that's maybe for a different private group, and then that private group's literally the scam center, which I've, after watching many of these videos, that's what I've seen so far.
Somebody that was like renting a small room and then putting people in there to run their little scam group. Like, is that kind of what the sense that you got?
No, it's basically one big massive room with dividers, basically divided into small rooms.
Gotcha.
So there's one room that's got about 10 computers, there's another room that's got about 10 computers, and there's another room that's got about 20 computers.
Okay.
It's been divided with fake walls.
I mean, why would you even put up dividers? You know, is that just a sound thing or what?
Yeah, it's to stop the sound.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know who the main guy in that? I know you like circled some of those. There's that Vikas Singh guy, and then there's the Kunal guy, and then you had a closer.
Of course, man.
Yeah.
He's the guy that owns like all the PayPal, right? You know when they're taking the money from the PayPal?
Yeah.
He does that. But if there's a guy that's got big money, then they transfer the call somewhere, and I think I gave you a customer's number, the guy was Steve, and he had like 100 grand in his account, they transferred the call to that guy.
Yeah. I know you sent me the Facebook of that Akash guy.
Yeah.
How is he involved though? Because he wasn't there, you said, but like, how's he involved?
Basically, he's the guy that recruited me. There's two players, there's Akash, there's Kamal, and there's that guy in the black t-shirt in the background. These are the three players.
Right. So that's 3 different people, and then you have the Akash guy that you never saw, but he was the one that was on Facebook.
The Akash guy and Vikas and Kamal, they just sit in the background. They're not doing nothing with the calls, they have nothing to do with the calls. They're not going to take no calls, they're just sitting there.
Yeah.
But Kamal is in charge of the calls. It's his job to make sure calls come tonight. It's his job. And he gets paid for that.
So like, for instance, if I told like, whatever, the local police, if I told, you know, West Bengal.
Another thing about Pierogi is his previous videos was him making calls. Now he's got guys on the inside. That's crazy. Crazy.
Well, hey, here's footage. There's people running scams on the 3rd floor, you know, in the Weeble Phase 2 IT Park of, I guess, the Phase 2 building. Would they do anything, do you think? Like...
No, because they will get kicked off. They'll get kicked off. They're not going to do nothing. No one's going to do nothing. Because remember, the government is getting a slice of the money.
Do any of these guys, are they scared at all? Like, do you talk with them? Like, when you're in there, do you talk with them at all? Or do they just, like...
No. Obviously, the other day, they act like, yeah, you only got the police in Iraq, you know?
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about nothing. Nobody's going to come for us. So you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
Everyone talks a good game, but when the raid actually happens, you know, it's everybody for himself. They're not going to save you. They're going to save themselves.
I know Carl and I know Jim have like done videos on the Weeble, this specific one, the Phase 2 building in Weeble IT Park in Siliguri. So it's like, I know that there's still scammers in there. Now, are they scamming all day? Probably not, but at nighttime, they're, you know, probably renting out.
They're all scammers. They're all scammers. Nighttime, they're all scammers. Even the office opposite them, they are scammers as well.
So is that, so the door that you went in, the whatever Colytic Solutions or whatever it was, Was that the room that you went into, or is that the one that was like across from you guys?
Yeah, that's the office, that's the office.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate the time. Like I said, let's get after some more, and just keep me posted.
Okay. Thank you.
Crazy.
I want to go over some of the investigation that we did on these scammers as we were watching them and monitoring their systems for a number of months. Our insider was able to give us access to a number of different systems in this call center. That allows us to gather evidence, collect information that we can put together and hopefully get some action taken against these scammers. The first is that if you remember from the Siliguri Times video where there was the raid in 2023, there was a room that said Colytic Solutions on top of it. Our insider gave us footage, and you can tell it's different, but if you put them side by side, it's the exact same room, Colytic Solutions on top. Now, I'm not saying that they are still there, but what I'm saying is that this is the same exact room, and it's being rented out or being used for scam purposes. Another thing that I wanted to point out was you see this video footage with the dividers, and I talked about this with the insider, and that really points to the idea that not only were they just going to have 7 or 8 agents, but they were going to be expanding to 100 agents as quickly as possible. The scammers in this building are doing a variation of the refund scam. They mass spam out all of these emails to potential victims, get the victims to call in where they'll pretend to be PayPal, they'll connect to the victim's computer, manipulate their bank account, and then get the victim to send just crazy amounts of money to the scammers. They'll do this through wire transfers, cash parcels, or even Bitcoin. We're seeing a lot of Bitcoin recently. Of course, whenever we came across a scam on any of these computers, we worked with federal law enforcement to make sure that the victims were not scammed and they did not lose any money. I also had to do this really quietly as to not intervene on the scammer's computer itself, burn the connection, and then we had no access anymore to the center. On the not so serious side of things, it's also fun to monitor these scammers and listen in to what they're doing, because sometimes you might see them watching a scammer payback video or playing games. But one day when there are not many scam calls going on, I saw one of the scammers on Google Maps, and he had been looking up the Coronation Bridge in West Bengal. So I decided, since I had access to his system, I would just go to Google Maps myself, put in the Weeble IT Park Phase 2 building, and I would just load that page directly onto his computer screen to see how he reacted. So now that I have confirmation of everything with regards to this call center, you know, the exact location, the building, the floor number, the room number that they're in, we have video footage of them sitting in the room themselves, scamming people. We have names, we have faces, all of this. We're going to call them up and let them know that we know everything. I'm going to let them know down to the color of the cubicles that they're sitting in. We're going to see how these guys react. These scammers, I have all of their information. I have video footage of them inside of their little call center. They're in the Weeble IT Park in Siliguri. I've been watching them and stopping their scams. One of the guys even said, "Are you still watching my computer?" They know that I've been watching them, I'm pretty sure. So they're gonna shut down.
Thank you for reaching customer service. This is Ryan. I can help you.
Hey Ryan, is Kunal in? I need to speak with him. I want to speak with Kunal or Vikas. Vikas Singh. Or Kunal, one of the two. Or maybe
Thank you for reaching PayPal. You're speaking with Andrew. How can I help you?
Andrew, hi. I need to speak with Vikas, please, or Kunal. I want to speak with one of them. Vikas or Kunal. I want to speak with one of them. Or maybe Akash. Akash Biswakarma? Vikas Singh? Or Kunal? Yeah, I know you guys are in. I know you guys are in the Weeble IT Park. And I'm sending the police. Yeah. Do you have anything you want to say before I send the police in? Hello? Hello?
Bol.
Guys speaking Indian now.
Hello?
Yeah. Where's Vikas at? Where's Vikas?
Hello?
I want to speak to Vikas or Kunal.
Who is Vikas?
No, Vikas or Kunal, or maybe Akash Biswakarmi.
Who Kunal?
What do you mean, who Kunal?
We do not know any person with that name.
Yes, Akash. Yes, Akash and Vikas Singh. With he's got a really nice haircut. Vikas Singh and Kunal and Akash Biswakarma. Huh?
Thank you for reaching PayPal. This is Alvin. How can I help you?
May I please speak with Kunal?
No, there is no Kunal.
There's no Kunal? What about Vikas?
No.
What about Vikas?
No, Rikesh.
Yes, there is. Which one of you is Vikas?
What are you talking about? No, there is no one named called Rikesh.
Really?
Is there any other name that he got?
Yeah, Akash.
Is there any other name
Biswakarmi.
that you got?
What about Akash?
No, there is no Akash Biswakarma as well. Is there
Really?
any other name that you know as well? Yeah.
Do you want me to send you your photos to you?
Sure, you can do that.
Okay, what's your text now?
Wait,
Give me your
wait.
text now number. I'm gonna write it down. Give me your text now number. I'll send it to you.
No, my text now number is recently blocked, so I don't think there is some way you can send me a pictures.
Oh, it's
I'm
blocked?
pretty sure that we do not even have a CC camera in our office.
Which cubicle are you in? Are you in the cubicle with the orange on the side or the blue? Which cubicle are you in? With the gray and blue walls? The gray and blue walls and the black trim on the windows?
No,
Yeah.
green. No, that's not that.
Yeah, and the
Every
black
office has
chairs,
a
the
black
mesh
window down
chairs
here,
that you
man.
guys are sitting in? Yeah.
No, it's a blue chair.
You guys have all little cubicles with orange and blue inside of them. He just logged out. He does not want to talk to me. So this was his computer screen, by the way. He's unplugged. He's very nervous right now. They unplugged their headsets. And he's going to delete all the information. He's deleting everything off his computer. Shut down, IP change, IP change. Shut down, IP change. Now that is what I'm talking about. We have video of you inside of the call center. We have your photos. We have your names. We've been stopping your scams for months. We've been watching you for months. You have no freaking idea. Cheers for scammer tears. Link. After confronting these scammers, they shut the computers down, and the call center's not been online ever since. Now, I don't fully expect for them to be gone forever. They're going to come back in some form or fashion, some way, maybe even on the same computers in the same building. But what I'm going to be doing in the meantime is sending all this evidence to first the Siliguri Times. I want for them to report upon this because somebody's got to know who these people are, and there's got to be pressure put on these scammers so they're shamed and they don't want to do this again. And secondly, I'm sending this over to the cybercrime police of Siliguri who took action before, and they need to take action again. The locals are sick and tired of this. The victims are sick and tired of all these scammers running rampant, and we want to clean up this mess. There shouldn't be any scammers running out of government buildings anywhere. So Siliguri police, go do your work. Siliguri Times, go do your work. Let's make these locals proud. Let's get these scammers out of these government buildings, because next time they do show up, we will have our ear to the ground and we will know exactly when, and we will continue to go after these scammers every day and save innocent people. This has been Proegu Scammer Payback, saying don't get scammed.
Lovely. It's great. Let's watch the next one.
You know what makes me flash?
So, yeah, I always enjoy watching those. Pretty much self-explanatory. Let's get on to the next one.
You know what makes me flaccid? The fact that on YouTube Music, when I'm in my playlist and press the magnifying glass thing, it doesn't search my playlist. How is that possible? That the music app owned by the world's biggest search engine doesn't allow me to search my fucking playlist.
That's true. Even though I have YouTube Premium, I experience the same problems. That's why YouTube Premium and YouTube Music, the only benefit is literally the ad skipping. It doesn't have any better functionality. It doesn't play if I have internet connection and I'm on the road. It doesn't. It still pulls out of YouTube instead of playing from an offline playlist. So it doesn't really save you data. It does nothing better. It doesn't know how to do that for some reason. It's really a failed system, and I'm actually very disappointed in the service I get from Google. But I mean, now the only reason why I stay with it is because at $100 a month, it's way much worth it than having to watch through ads.
You pieces of shit! Hi there, my name is Zach Starr, and I'd like to be your next president, and together we'll make it illegal for companies to do dumb shit. Come on, let me show you. See, if I could make a wish, it'd be that when I go to a specific order I've made on Amazon and I want to contact customer service, a phone number pops up. But no, because we're in hell. Instead, it asks me which item I need help with.
Well, the issue with this is that if I just look at what is ordered there, the Ring doorbell, it is a completely different supply to Plackers is a completely different supply. And most of the time, the reason why they go through this is because when you call a customer care, they will filter out according to that. So if you have a specific item, or if it's with something else, that's what gives you those options. No, it's not the items. Click. So they can send you through to a specific person. So let's see how this filter system works, if it is this system. But in general, that's what I've encountered. I've encountered that these systems make it a bit more streamlined. But at the end of the day, what I've also seen is there's been a massive decrease in the quality of customer service across all service sectors, even to the point where I'm actually considering closing my bank and banking abroad. And a lot of people are like, why would you do that? Uh, well, firstly, it costs. It's cheaper for me to bank abroad than it is to bank locally. Secondly, the customer service, me struggling to get hold of customer service, I'm already struggling to get hold of customer service. Even though I am a private client, I have my own private banker, I have my own private services. I can pick up the phone now, I have Black Card, I have all these things, and it's still an issue for me. So if I'm struggling, how much more isn't anybody else gonna struggle? And how much more am I really gonna struggle if I have a card abroad? If I move my money abroad, I'll go down to a normal person. I won't have a black card or anything special because our money means nothing. I can be a millionaire in my own country, but overseas probably like only worth like 50, 60, maybe 100, $200,000, which in America is almost nothing, but in South Africa it's like millions of rands, like 2 million rand, and you can do quite a lot with it. You can buy a house with it. In America you can't buy a house with it, but if I have that stored there and I'm phoning and I'm struggling with all the customer service and I might have some troubles, that's the same amount of hassles I'm having in my own country. So where I'd rather have it, with my money stored in the USD value or money stored in a South African value and it's constantly depreciating, so that I can have liquidity in my business. It just makes sense. And also, it's cheaper. It's way cheaper. It's about 25% of the cost to keep it abroad than it is to keep it locally. In fact, I could go every 4 to 5 years on a plane ticket overseas for a day or two to go see my banker face to face for the same price that I'm spending on bank charges.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe the one I just clicked on? You know what's gay? Two dudes fucking. But you know what's even crazier than that? The fact that this MacBook Air doesn't have a USB port. Are you shitting me, Apple? I have to buy this limp dick piece of shit extension just so I can plug in my USB? Yeah, I bought this without realizing that. Fuck you. I didn't think I'd have to check the sides of the laptop. You know what I wish we could abort, but it's too late? Motion sensor sinks. We tried, they fucking suck. Why do they only work after I've given up and committed suicide? You know what feels illegal, but I guess technically isn't? The fact that Wi-Fi is still not free on airplanes. Hey airlines, raise your ticket prices $8, make the Wi-Fi free, and go fuck yourselves. I don't give a shit what your excuses are, because 55 years ago, Nixon called the moon. So can I check my goddamn email now?
That's crazy. He has such a great point. Even SpaceX said that his biggest customer, I think, is Emirati Airlines, because on the airlines, if they just up the price by like $5 or $3, even if they just make it free, they would then immediately become the preferred airline because they'd be the only airline offering free Wi-Fi at high speeds. You could do it like at 10 megs a customer, and you connect it to satellites because it's that high up, clear vision, everything. There's no reason not to have amazing Wi-Fi on planes. Except for greed, of course, corporate greed.
You know what gives me PTSD? When I go on my Zelle app and just want to send some money real quick and I type in my bank info, it tells me to go to that bank's app to send the money with Zelle. So fucking stupid. Whose ever fault that is, I'm not mad. I just want to stab you.
Why have this on? Why even do so?
And you know what's a bitch? The fact that YouTube still doesn't have the public dislike button without an extension. Yeah, that's still dumb. Just so you know. From everybody. Hey Hulu, no, I don't want to watch just the last 3 minutes of that episode that's about to autoplay. But you knew that. Uber Eats. No, I'm not turning on my notifications because 6 of them after the food is delivered is batshit crazy. Elon, being able to pay for the blue check mark is so stupid. Also, want a Holocaust denial right now. For those
I actually think being able to pay for the blue check mark is so genius because that eliminates a lot of bots. That's the main thing. If you go to Facebook right now, which I could probably, I don't have Facebook that I've logged in here. You go into Facebook right now and you see all these comments and things like that. You'll see there's a whole bunch of bots there commenting and talking to themselves because a lot of people wouldn't say those types of things. And we click on the profiles, they're very incomplete. They're much like bots. So, with that being said, I would rather have if I'd rather be on a social media network where I pay let's say $8 and it gives me 10 profiles that I can log in with, and the 10 profiles is one for X, one for Facebook, one, and then it's like a verifier program. It doesn't necessarily have to go to X, it just has to verify that it is a real person. Thereafter, I'm then capable of making informed decisions and chatting to people that I actually want to chat to. And another example of this is the time when um, Elon Musk told a newspaper, I don't know which newspaper it was, or news channels, that they've got 27 million followers on X, but when they make a post, they barely get 500 likes, comments, or subscribes. Elon Musk makes a post, he gets 50,000 likes, comments, and subscribes. That tells me that even though Elon Musk has maybe only like 5 million followers, he gets 10% or whatever it is, or 1% engagement on a post. Whereas they got 27 million, they get almost 0% engagement because all those followers are bought and bots and fake. So yeah, just something to think about.
those check marks, let's make them mean something again, other than you have $8. And now, I want to get a little personal.
Another thing is, I'm from South Africa, so $8 is like a reasonable amount of money for the average person. But $8 should not be a lot for an American, especially somebody that has time to be on Twitter and needs to be verified. If you feel the need to be verified, $8 shouldn't matter that much. And I think it was one company like New York Times that refused to pay Elon Musk or pay X to pay something like $20,000 a year to be verified, and they don't get the blue check mark. And $20,000, I mean, how many staff do they have? They must have thousands of staff, and they're paying them at least $5,000 a month. Why can't they afford the $1,500 a month for the check mark? It just makes no sense to reach an audience of 20 million. My easy answer to that is probably because that audience doesn't exist. The effective audience is probably less than 100,000 through X. We can actually check that now because I've got an X account. I'm going to choose a American newspaper place. Let's call it CNN. Oh, look here. I'll go on that now. Let's go to CNN International. They've got 14 million followers and they get 21 responses on 40 comments. 40 comments. Cool. But they've got about 15 million followers. Right, let's go back. Let's go on to BBC. BBC World News again. They got 41 million followers, and they get 50s. Let's look at Asmon Gold. This is a good guy that I know that well. Asmon Gold, and he's got less than 1 million followers, and he gets better stats on all of his posts versus the BBC and whatever else. So where would you want to advertise? Asmon Gold or the BBC, Mr. Zach Raw? Let's see here, XQC, 1.5 million, but he gets a lot more engagement on his posts. Let's try Trainwreck TV, 600,000, and they got a lot of more engagement. They got similar engagement to BBC, actually, and they've got what, like a tenth of the following. I don't know these other people, so I'm not going to click on it because I don't know what content might click up. These names, Myth, Bill Gates. Let's just check Bill Gates. He's got 65 million, and he's got 4,000, 1,005, 1,004, 1,005. So he's got it in the thousands. So what's stopping? Let's check Musk himself. 200 million. Wow, that's massive. And he's got thousands of responses and everything. That's interesting. Let's try SpaceX. Cool. 36 bar. They get a decent amount, 20k, 70k. So that's the answer.
Personal. So together, let's go to the website that I use to license music for this YouTube channel and try to change my subscription from monthly to yearly to save a little bit of money, and we'll see if it fucking sucks ass balls. Alright, so here we are under my subscriptions, right where we're supposed to be. Ah, perfect. Change billing cycle. Just what I want to do. And why in the fuck is there no button under my current plan that simply says change to yearly subscription? So fucking simple. Let's click read more. Immediately fuck this page. Try it for free? I'm already paying, bitch. This is for people who aren't signed up yet, but I'm signed in, and you know this. Here, let's scroll.
Poor website design. Because the website is focused on getting the customer, not on satisfying the customer once they've got it. This goes to those things of like when you have a startup, let's get people in. They don't know what to do once they've got the customer. And that's a failure on most companies' websites. That's why people leave, actually. People get frustrated. They just got to get people in model. They don't got to get, let's maintain them. Because once you maintain them, if you can get them in and you have a really good maintenance plan and a really easy exit plan, the whole thing is, if it's easy for people to leave, they don't actually want to leave. It's when it's easy for people to stay. It's when it's hard for people to leave that they want to leave. Like I don't have Facebook accounts that I'm active on. Don't have Instagram, none of the meta platforms because it's so hard to leave. So I'd rather be out of the ecosystem than try to get in and then try to leave. So I'm currently not active. I used to be very, very active at one point. At one point I was doing like a tweet or whatever you call it, a post a minute for days and days on end. Until one of my friends just told me to calm down. That time memeing was a big thing. So I'd go on all the other sites, find the best memes, post. Find the best memes, post. I'd have like them all lined up. So yeah, every minute I'd have a new meme. I was posting to groups, posting to this. And I stopped and I deleted those old posts and cleared that. But yeah, anyway.
Scroll down so we can get closer to hell. Oh, look at that. Almost the same thing. But there's a start free trial button that I know isn't for me. What if I click read more again? Oh, the top of the page. Well, I guess we'll try free trial. But I already have a plan. Oh look, we're back at the same goddamn page. So let's go all the way back to account and maybe it's change plan. that was my mistake. I just clicked the wrong button. Oh my god! We're at the same damn page. Give me 1 second to vent real quick. Okay, just had to massacre some people for my mental health. Let's read more, because it's a different read more. Nope. Alright, well, maybe the try it for free button does do something. Oh! Okay, let's go back to the subscription page. Oh, maybe it's manage subscription. There we go. I don't need to pause or cancel my plan, so it must be change plan. Here we go. Suck my fucking dick.
Wow. Amazing. I like this guy's content. His name is here. His backstory himself. Zaxstar himself. Some numbers in 9. You put it in the middle there. You guys can see. Cool. Hope you guys could see that. Can you see it? Yeah, hope so. Let me check my YouTube to make sure. Oh, I like to give credit where credit's due. Always enjoy watching those. Especially myself, especially let's get on to the next one. I like to give credit where credit's due. Cool. I can see it's there. It's good enough for me. I'm gonna take a water leak, and I'm gonna come back and we can carry on with WordPress. Cool. Let's do this. Cool. Let's go. What the hell?
WordPress right now are absolutely brutal. He has main character syndrome, a cancer to his own community. Matt has the legal acumen of a pissed off 18 who thought he was clever. Naming his company Automatic really says it all. Automatic is doing open source dirty. It's sad to watch, really. The internet really seems to hate this guy right now.
Boo this man!
Which is ironic because
I don't understand if anybody I don't know how to say this. Let me just think of how I'm going to formulate what I'm about to say. If anybody had a lot to say, what I would be saying, and just by the way, I'll just pull this video up here so everyone can see. This is flagship. Fireship. What? Fireship. Boom. Fireship. So, I'm currently doing my IT degree and stuff part-time, right? So I'm not really a specialist at coding by any means, and I would only call you a specialist at coding if you've got 5 years and I'd showed you any website, like most websites. Let's say I show you any common website like YouTube, and I ask you to recreate one of these, and you could do it without having to complain or bitch like a lot of people go on and say, oh yeah, this is a problem, that's a problem, yeah, I can't do it because of this. No, create a system where there's like buttons, dislike buttons, shares, download, subscribe, systems that work on the back end, front end, all that. Create it all at once. If you can do that, then you can start talking. Then I'd say you're kind of expert, but if you can't do that off the touch, I'm not just talking about creating just one little button. I'm talking about creating this whole ecosystem of things, and it doesn't have to be as advanced as YouTube, where it actually has thousands of videos on it. I just wanted for 1 or 2 or 3 video hosting site where I could integrate that into my own website, where I can just call your program and then it loads. So the reason why I'm saying that is because a lot of people have lost their touch in programming. A lot of people have lost their touch in terms of their ability to do things. I've seen that in a lot of trades, such as engineering, mechanical engineering. That's the kind of trade that I'm in, and I've seen a lot of people have actually lost the ability to do things from first principles. And this guy's proven it. The reaction to these people going, oh yeah, WordPress this, WordPress is that, is proof that people have lost the ability to do first principle things. So by first principle things, I mean like type your code HTML from scratch, like the back of this thing, man. Like this stuff, like these all come from templates and formats and all these things. People have lost the ability to physically type out these things. Everything's been generated and everything's been pre-packaged to the point where people are just pulling packages instead of actually understanding how things work. And WordPress is allowed for that. So if you've been a user of packages and not been a drawer, then yeah, it's like when I shouldn't actually be talking about that project. So there was a project where I had to drill holes and design methods for drilling these holes and design tools for drilling these holes. So these were one of tools. It's a concept tool, gets used once, thrown into a smelter and thrown away, and never used again after that. And long story short, when designing that, I was like one of the few people that did it, because everybody else in my team were all used to buying pre-packaged items or pre-packaged things. I was the last guy that could draw from hand, sketch, visualize ideas, make it out of cardboard or make it out of another cheaper product, feel how it feels, see how it looks, and if I'm happy with the way it looks and feels, then draw it up in AutoCAD. From AutoCAD, see the design again, 2D, 3D, and then take it into SolidWorks and go into the nitty-gritty, then send it for machining and have it made. A lot of people can't do that, and that's because they've lost touch. And I think that's what happened with these with people online today. I think if this guy has the power, we should literally clear WordPress and we'll lose about 70 to 80% of the internet. But that'll be for the good. It'll send people back to the point where people actually have to know how to do what they must do with their hands and not rely on some prepackaged UBGB. If I can say it, I don't know what else to say. But yeah, let's go.
It's his own tool that's responsible for over 40% of the websites on the internet. But is he really a tyrannical leader who's losing his mind? Or is he actually an open source freedom fighter battling evil private equity firms to make the world a better place? In today's video, you decide. We'll look at a timeline of the recent WordPress drama, which began to spiral out of control a couple weeks ago when Automattic, the owner of the WordPress trademark, requested millions of dollars from WP Engine, one of the most popular WordPress hosting platforms. That's led to a bunch of mean tweets and lawsuits, but the drama hit new heights yesterday with the most controversial checkbox ever implemented on a website. But the drama hit new heights yesterday with the most controversial checkbox ever implemented on a website. What the hell is going on with WordPress? It is October 11th, 2024, and you're watching the Code Report. If you're a JavaScript developer, it may come as a shock to you that nearly half the websites on the internet run WordPress.
Yeah, there's the truth. That's what I said. 30 to 60, what did I say, 70 to 80% of the websites get deleted. That would be amazing, honestly. Because a lot of these websites, or even, I think even my own, some of the stuff that I've even done, I just had a template and it was all a WordPress templates. Fill in this form and then it generates the website, fills it in where the blanks are. Once the website has been generated, I just went in and made some tweaks and edits. And yeah, it wouldn't be bad if that happened. That would be literally the kickstart to the tech boom again. You literally have tech people have jobs again. People who literally have jobs again. That'd be great. Or that old tech thing where they short on people. That would start it up.
An open source tool built on PHP and jQuery, and easily the most successful website builder of all time. Because why write code when you can just put a bunch of plugins together like Lego bricks? The main reason WordPress is so prolific is that it has a massive ecosystem of themes and plugins that allow both programmers and non-programmers to build almost anything.
Pre-watch though, that old plugin theme thing. Let's go back. Why write code when you can just plug in?
The main reason WordPress is so prolific is a tool built on PHP and jQuery, and easily the most successful website builder of all time. Because why write code when you can just put a bunch of plugins together like Lego bricks? The main reason WordPress is so prolific is that it has a massive ecosystem of themes and plugins that allow both programmers and non-programmers to build almost anything. I've deployed many WordPress sites for clients in the past, and simply hosting WordPress sites is a multi-billion-dollar industry. WordPress itself is licensed under the GNU General Public License, which means you're free to modify and use it commercially as long as derivative works have the same license. But that doesn't include the WordPress logo and name trademarks, which require permission from the WordPress Foundation to be used in any project or product. But what you should know is that the WordPress Foundation is a charitable organization created by Matt Mullenweg. Now, one curious detail is that up until about 2 weeks ago, it said the abbreviation WP is not covered by the WordPress trademarks and you're free to use it in any way you see fit. But that line was recently updated to say now you can't use it if it confuses people, and then proceeds to trash WP Engine. You can find it on WordPress.org, which differs from WordPress.com, the commercial arm of WordPress which provides hosting services, which itself is owned by Automattic, a multi-billion-dollar company where...
Let me just try and check something quickly. What is WP Engine? WP Engine... I'm not up to date. Oh, they're just like kind of a hosting site and they build websites for people. Cool. Kinda get what's going on here, but I don't know why they attack a organization like WordPress, where it's like kind of free to do whatever. That's what I think. They just shit.
Matt Mullenweg is the CEO. You would think that WordPress.com is the default host everyone goes with, but there's this other highly successful company out there called WP Engine. It makes hundreds of millions of dollars hosting WordPress and is backed by private equity firm Silver Lake, where the main goal is to provide a return on capital. And that means they put far less effort contributing back to the
So that's also the thing. Automatic, Matt himself puts 4,000 hours a week of people, and they probably put 47 hours a week. But also another thing is, these type of companies are geared towards certification, and I think that's why this guy's upset, because he doesn't want WordPress to become certified, because he has art. These people have money. Your product looks totally different when you're using your art and not money.
Non-profit arm of WordPress, at least compared to Automatic. And one important fact to know here is that Automatic was an investor and part owner of WP Engine until it sold to Silver Lake in 2018. There's likely bad blood between the two companies going back years, but the main catalyst for the recent drama happened on September 20th, when Automatic sent this trademark license agreement to WP Engine. It's basically a ransom note demanding that they pay Automatic a royalty of 8% of its gross revenue on a monthly basis, which in this case would be millions of dollars per month. The reason Mullenweg was so pissed was A, that WP Engine profits off of WordPress and doesn't give back, B, they improperly use the trademark, like their payment plans which look like official WordPress products, and C, they quote strip mine the WordPress ecosystem, giving users a crappier experience. In other words, they don't want them forking and remarketing their open source plugins like WooCommerce. Now, as you might imagine, WP Engine didn't sign the term sheet. What's crazy though is that the very next day, on September 21st, Matt Mullenweg goes on stage at the WordCamp US conference and calls WP Engine, quote, a cancer to WordPress.
How private equity can hollow out and destroy open source communities.
Very interesting timing for that presentation, but things are about to get a lot crazier. If you're just hearing about this situation though, you really should be on daily.dev, the sponsor of today's video. Not only is it a great place to level up your programming skills by keeping up to date on all the latest and greatest content out there, but you can also find out what real developers think about controversial issues like this WordPress drama. When you're part of the controversy.dev squad, you'll never miss a big story. Then you can discuss these topics and network with like-minded developers instead of arguing with a bunch of anonymous bots on Reddit. As a developer, the amount of information you need to keep up on is absurd. Instead of dumpster diving across the internet, just go to daily.dev to get all the information that matters in one place. It's completely free, and you can use my invite link to sign up. But now back to WordPress. WordPress.org also made a blog post called WP Engine is not WordPress, which reiterates that they don't give enough back and describes how they turn off features like revisions to save money on their backend infrastructure. 2 days later, on September 23rd, WP Engine claps back with a cease and desist, which accuses Mullenweg of making salacious and outrageous statements. That same day, Automatic claps back on their clapback with its own cease and desist, telling WP Engine to stop the unauthorized use of their trademarks. At this point, it's just been a bunch of legal shit talking, but then 2 days later, on September 25th, WP Engine gets banned from WordPress.org. That's a big deal because it means the WordPress installs on their platform can no longer get updates or add plugins from the .org repo, thus having a direct impact on WordPress developers and end users. And that's kind of crazy considering that Mullenweg is offering a competing platform with WordPress.com. And he also went to his blog and said, quote, WP Engine is free to offer their own hacked up, bastardized simularica of WordPress's GPL code to their customers, and they can experience WordPress as WP Engine envisions it. That's harsh, but Mullenweg does have a good number of supporters online. If you don't agree with him, Automatic even offered a severance package to employees who wanted to leave, offering $30,000 or 6 months pay, and 159 employees took that deal.
Wow, that's amazing. That's something I never saw, especially in this economy, in this market. And I'm pretty sure these are the people that weigh down your company, in honest opinion. I want to call them liberals. I don't think I'm allowed to call them liberals.
Or 8.4% of the entire staff. Now, after the initial ban, Mullenweg went on a media tour where he argued his position on the Primeagen and Theo streams.
This stuff, I've been getting attacked so much.
That's where I saw it first. Primeagen. The G in the Primeagen.
I can imagine you've had an eventful few days.
At one point, I'm like not feeling the best, so I know this is a video stream. I probably don't look the best, but please.
Oh, you look great. Don't worry about how you look. Don't worry. You have me next to you.
He's fighting a battle in the court of public opinion, but I can't imagine his lawyers advised him to do that, because then immediately after, WP Engine filed a lawsuit, and it even cited those stream appearances. Inside the lawsuit, there's all kinds of claims like Computer Fraud and Abuse Act violations, attempted extortion, unfair competition, libel and slander, and many other claims. But
unfair competition. I don't know if these people are running a for-profit company, but if they're running a non-profit company, unfair competition, especially when things are freely given, I don't think that's gonna hold up.
Then things got even more nutty when the WordPress.org login added this new checkbox that said, I am not affiliated with WP Engine in any way, financially or otherwise. You'll want to talk to your lawyer before you check that because it has a CSS class of login lawsuit, and you can't even log into WordPress without checking it. That forced WP Engine to come out and clarify that their customers and users are not affiliates. All this nonsense has people talking about forking WordPress, but the entire thing is a great example of how there are no good guys in war. Are you on the team of the petty megalomaniac CEO who's willing to burn down his entire community to prove a point, or are you on the team of the parasitic freeloading private equity firm whose only guiding principle is financial gain? There's only one loser in this war, and that's the
Token on the opponent.
user. This has been the Code Report. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. The things people are saying about the guy behind WordPress right now are absolutely brutal. He has main characters.
I love it. Let's check what's happening at SpaceX. I saw a short somewhere where they caught a rocket after landing. That's amazing. Oh, this is beautiful. Let's have Let's watch the full one. That gimbal action. I can't hear anything. That thing must be like 200 decibels.
Landing burn startup.
What a cool view of the reflection of that landing burn.
You can see the water just behind the ship.
Starship has landed. Landing burn startup.
Yo. It's so beautiful. Can you hear the energy in that team, dude? Would you rather have that, or would you rather have old 169 complainers? You see this? Yo, it looks beautiful. If they could mass produce this, 50 rockets a month, 2 to 3 launches a month, every hour, shoof up, just every hour, every day, 2 a day. in the morning and in the evening. Just shooting spaceships up, shooting people across the world. From USA to tip of Africa, South Africa, to 1.5 hours or an hour. You wouldn't need to put in anything special. You just need to keep your mouth shut for an hour. Don't have to shit for an hour. Let's see this.
Which has 6 Raptor engines, and the Super Heavy booster, which has 33 Raptor engines. The current iteration of Starship is essentially an experimental vehicle flying for development. SpaceX will perform one uncrewed demonstration flight before NASA's Artemis 3 mission, which will be the first human surface expedition since 1972. Also, in preparation for missions to the Moon and Mars, we're gaining tons of knowledge from our human spaceflight missions, including free flyer flights like our recent commercial astronaut.
At our liftoff time of 7:25 a.m. Central, 12:25 seconds of that range are 1 minute.
This guy looks nervous to clap. He's like, what happens if this stuff doesn't blow? What happens if this blows, boys? He looks super nervous. He's like, I don't know if I want to be here if this thing blows. But okay.
Flight directors go for launch.
Best words you could possibly hear 20 seconds away from liftoff.
Gotcha, see?
T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff.
Vehicles pitching downrange.
Booster after chamber pressure nominal.
"30 seconds into the flight, the rumble's just starting to reach us here at launch control.
Booster and ship, avionics power, telemetry nominal.
33 Raptor engines.
Max Q.
Now pass through the maximum aerodynamic pressure, the most stress the vehicle's going to see on the way uphill. All right, our next major milestone coming up, it's going to be hot staging. We're going to see the engines ignite on ship to push it away from the booster.
Let's do it. Almost there. Walk to. Okay, let's see. We need to Mach 3. This thing's going, dude. 27 kilometers up.
All right, so hot staging is going to be the next thing coming up. First, we're going to see the booster's engines start to shut down. All but 3. We're going to do what's called most engines cut off instead of main engine cut off, because 3 are going to keep going, and then we're going to see the engines on ship ignite. Right now, the tower team is doing their go, no go.
Oh, beautiful.
And we might hear some really good words soon, too. All right. Can still see it up behind me. That is one of the most gorgeous things I've ever seen in my entire life. Coming up on hot staging next.
ship engine
There's
startup.
most engines cut off.
Stage separation. Booster
Stage
booster
separation,
startup.
hot stage separation confirmed. Ship under its own power. I'm seeing 6 out of 6 Raptors lit. Hopefully I got a booster on the way back to me. I'm going to send it to you guys in Hawthorne.
Oh man, that was absolutely incredible. I loved how the crowd
Chamber pressure is nominal.
The crowd here in Hawthorne all went ooh at that first view of the blue flames from the booster. As you can see there, first stage currently performing, or excuse me, is now making its way back to the launch site. Again, we are
Ship avionics power and telemetry nominal.
the booster and the tower are both performing automated checks to make sure we are go for the booster to return to the launch pad for that catch. And once those are complete, the flight director...
Booster boost back burn shutdown. Flight director is go for booster return.
And we did hear that the tower is go for catch. So that was one of the big criteria we were looking for. We'll wait to hear that the go for catch has been sent.
Beautiful view here from the ship.
And so exciting to hear that we got a go for booster catch. That means it's going to be a really exciting morning. Again, the booster is making its way back towards now land in order to make that catch attempt in the tower.
So incredible to see these views. You can see the
like the chopsticks.
The catch using the chopsticks. We did hear the
Coming up on hot staging, we'll wait.
Launch tower, in order launch tower, the exact 5. The ship has separated from the booster. The booster is there on your screen. It is making its way back to the launch site. We are going to attempt the catch using the chopsticks. We did hear the confirmation that the command was sent to the tower. We are go for catch.
And in order to...
Hey guys, we should just be about 30 seconds away from our landing burn. It's going to happen in 3 phases. We're going to land 13 engines, burn off all of that velocity. Oh, we can see it coming down through the plume.
Booster coming in hot for booster catch.
We're going to ignite 13 of those Raptor engines, and this view is incredible right now. You can see how fast this vehicle is moving on the left hand.
Landing burn has been ignited. We're now down to 3 Raptor engines. We can see those chopsticks now in
Holy crap, dude. So it goes from Mach 5.
It's going to happen in 3 phases. We're going to...
Incredible. See how fast this vehicle is moving on the left hand.
Landing burn has been ignited. We're now down to 3 Raptor engines. We can see those chopsticks now in
Megadilla has popped the booster.
This is absolutely insane. On the first ever attempt, we have successfully caught the Super Heavy booster back at the launch tower.
What an incredible view!
Are you kidding me?
Dan,
wow.
I don't know about you, but we're losing our stuff up here.
Guys, I'm sorry. Like, even at this day and age, what we just saw, that looked like magic. Wow.
touchdown.
Wow.
Your view must have been insane. We are still going wild over here over this.
Folks, this is a day for the engineering history books.
I think they call this guy.
This is a live view of the Super Heavy booster as it has just been successfully caught back at the very same launch tower that it just came from. Dan, I love this. You are reflecting exactly what everybody else here in Hawthorne, except maybe a little bit more because you got to see it with your own eyes.
How was that?
We got it. I mean, like,
Are going to take.
Crazy. Starship. When does it land? Come back to land.
Phase, and that will happen before reaching Mach 1, about a minute after minutes or so of your screen. More than, or is traveling twice.
A little bit dark on your screen, but hopefully we'll get some good. Having a view of one of the flaps, and it is a little bit dark on your screen, but hopefully we'll get some good views of the ship as it makes that flip.
yeah, guys, we right now, or a belly flap right now. That's what's kind of, if you saw it, so velocity.
Starship is at 5 kilometers altitude.
And then, coming up soon, landing burn.
Landing burn, come on. The fire isn't on. I'm 3 kilometers away and you're massive.
2 kilometers away.
Starship is on target. Approaching landing burn startup.
So keep an eye on the bottom right-hand side of your screen as well. That will be the indicator when the Raptor engines ignite, if we are unable to see that illumination ourselves.
Landing burn startup.
Beautiful view of the reflection of that landing burn.
You can see the water just behind the ship.
Starship has landed.
An incredible view. I think it is safe to say we have a ship in the water.
Touchdown!
That is a live view of the ocean surface. What an incredible end to Starship's journey. A live view from a buoy that we had out at the landing zone.
An incredible view.
Rapid reusability, and ship just gave us one heck of a show, making it through a controlled re-entry this time, flaps intact, made it down to the water. Hey, starships were meant to fly, and it sure as hell flew today, so let's get ready for the next one. Over to you guys.
They were meant to fly, and they were also meant to be caught by Mechazilla.
Yeah.
It's been such an incredible day.
That's crazy. I wonder if it crash landed on that. I wonder if it crash landed. Did it crash land? Okay, it's a prototype rocket.
4, 3.
Survive several seconds through the hot staging sequence.
Cool. Interesting. No splashdown, that's sad. Cool. Well, you kind of get the point. Anyway, I think I'm out for today. Thank you for whoever's watching. And let's see what the future holds. I'm out.